What's up guys, Readiness Rations here with you again. And today we're back in international waters for a foreign military ration review. Today we're going to be checking out a single meal Polish ration, individual ration pack SR menu number 6. It has a full complete contents list on the front there. This one is ever so slightly past the expiration date. The best buy date on this was May 31st, 2021. We are currently in early July. I still expect everything in here to be in pretty good shape though. This is of course Poland's version of an MRE. Size-wise, it's looking a little bit bigger than a standard US MRE, especially in the length dimension, but weight-wise, feeling about the same to me. No tear notches or anything on the outside of the pack as far as I can tell. So let's just cut into this. I'll be using my Spyderco paramilitary to do that job today. Cut an incision in it. The bag material is virtually identical to the same material they use for the US MREs. Let's give the inside of the bag a smell. It has sort of a fruity smell going on. Fruit mixed with plastic. So in that package we have a 15 gram of instant tea mix. And since this has a Ziploc seal, I'm guessing you're supposed to prepare this and drink this straight out of the pouch. A cereal and fruit bar, cherry flavored. That is 35 grams. A 100 gram tin of canned meat, poultry, and pork. An individually wrapped package of strawberry jam. Putting that in that package by itself will keep it from messing up the rest of the ration if it's ruptured. We have what are probably my favorite ration crackers, the SU1 crackers. These can also be found in Lithuanian rations. I have a previous review of a Lithuanian ration. I will post it right here if you want to check that out. They give us 2 packs, so that's a really good bonus. I love these things, even though people give them a hard time because they are literally hard. I think they're very good. This is our main. It's one of those nice soft cans, and that is a 300 gram package of what I believe is kielbasa and sauerkraut, which is of course a very Polish combination there, fitting for the review I suppose. We have a straw, the adjustable variety. I've never seen that in a military ration before, but I suppose that could be useful for several different purposes. Our flameless ration heater, and this is a big boy. Large bag, very substantial heating pad here. That is sure to give us a very hot meal. We have a spoon, and a very thin napkin, and our accessory package. I really appreciate how they have everything organized in these little Ziplocs. That allows you to easily put it in your pant or shirt pocket, and it kind of keeps everything organized. So in this we have some candies, a little vitamin C hard candy, a coffee flavored candy, a small package of xylitol chewing gum, feels like 2 little bricks in there, a package of black pepper, a small package of salt, a lemon-scented fresh nap, an extra Ziploc bag. I would figure you put your unused contents in this, or maybe use it as a trash bag. I think this can also be used as a water bag. That's why it has this hanger on it here, so you can fill this with water and hang it up and put you some purification tabs or something like that in it. A little Ziploc with some napkins in it. So I guess you don't get just the one napkin with the spoon. I'll give you a little extra. And another Ziploc that appears to have even more napkins. Now these are textured a little bit differently. So if I had to guess, this one looks like toilet paper to me. Plenty of napkin and toilet paper options. I'm sure that's appreciated. Well, let's get all this plated up and start checking it out. I think the only thing in this menu that really needs to be heated up is the main. So let's get that going first. Pull the top off that. And stick those back down in the bag together. Looks like this takes a pretty good bit of water, judging by that fill line. I can feel the heat building just a little bit right away. Let's stick it back into our pouch here. Guess we'll get our drink going. Tear notch on the top. Nice Ziploc seal. Now that is some weird looking instant tea. Look at that. It's these like very odd little granules. Looks like some kind of like fish food or something actually. I'm gonna try one of these by themselves just to see what it's like. It's very sweet and tart from the lemon. That's actually really tasty just in the powder form. It's like some nice lemony candy. This calls for 250 mils. We're gonna eyeball it to the best we can. I guess that basically fills up most of the pouch. Seal our Ziploc off and give that a shake to dissolve. Our FRH seems to be kicking off. Oh wow, what a reaction. I can feel it just radiating heat. I suppose the idea behind this pouch and the straw is that you take the straw, feed it into the pouch, and then you kind of close the Ziploc up until you get to the straw, and it gives you a little spout to drink out of. And that would be really useful in the field, but for a tabletop review like this, we kind of want to see what it looks like, so we're going to pour that into a glass. It's got a beautiful clear color. A little bit of frothy on the top. Didn't make very much. 250 mils is not a ton for a drink. And unfortunately, there is some powder left in the bottom there. I'll have to go back and get that later. That FRH is putting off some really weird smells. Let's hit it with our temperature gun here to see what it's looking like as it's heating up. About 130. Oh, up to about 190 I saw in one spot. 170, 188, and this thing is hot. Open up our cereal and fruit bar. These look a little weird because they have a white exterior. That's actually edible rice paper, and it keeps your hands from getting sticky when you're holding it, which is a nice touch. Has a very light dried fruit kind of aroma. Open up one of our package of rusks. Love these SU1 crackers. Ooh, they smell good. The caraway seed smell is coming through. Those things are dry and hard, but they're quite tasty. Let's take a look at our canned meat product. Pop that ring pull. Look at that. Right away, this has a very powerful potted meat aroma. Very similar to that of a deconstructed Vienna sausage. I like weird potted meat though, so that should be all right. And we'll take a look at our heavily sweetened strawberry jam. Look at that dark, thick jam. Not much smell coming off that, but it doesn't look too bad. There's no real dessert item in this menu that I can tell. But you have the candies. I guess those are dessert-like. Well, I'm darn hungry, so let's start trying some stuff. Let's just start with this jam. Get a little bit on the spoon there. It's very thick. You can see little flakes of seeds and stuff. That is very complex. Super sweet. It's a little bit tart. It doesn't jump out to me with an overpowering strawberry kind of flavor. The fruit flavor is more subdued. It has something else going on though, and I'm not quite sure what that is. Kind of a more complex, rustic kind of flavor going on. Very natural tasting. Quite good actually. Break one of these SU1 rusks. Awesome snap on that. There's a look at the cross section. You can see some caraway seeds poking out. These can be very difficult to bite because they are super hard and quite thick, as you can see. So I recommend eating these with your molars and not your front teeth for the best results. Scoop a little jam on that corner piece there and give that a taste. That's really good. The sweetness complements the cracker, and the moisture of the jam keeps it from being quite so dry. The caraway flavor in these crackers are so powerful that it kind of outshines the jam. So I'd almost say eat the jam by itself and save the crackers for something else. But they give you 2 packs of crackers, so you gotta eat them with something, I guess. The crackers themselves are dense and crunchy. They have an awesome snap when you bite into them. But flavor-wise alone, these are one of the best military crackers out there. Wash that down with a little bit of lemon tea. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm not picking up much tea flavor, but the lemon is very pleasant. It's not overly sweet. It's a little bit tart. I kind of just wish there was more of it. I could down that in just a second and it would be gone. Canned meat time, pork and poultry. Get a good look at this. So it's a very kind of thick consistency. I do see where it is not super overly processed. It's not like a pate mush. It has some meat fibers still going on. I can see some individual muscle fibers in there, but it's still a heavily processed canned product. You can see sort of some gelatinous fat type stuff in there. Give that a taste. I mean, that is traditional ration food, just canned meat product. Salty, has weird bits of stuff in it. There was something a little crunchy in that, almost like a bone piece. It does have like some little gristly bits and stuff too. I think a lot of people will kind of find this off-putting, but the flavor is not overpowering or offensive. It's very mild and really quite delicious in my opinion. I could easily polish this can off. The chicken flavor or the poultry flavor is definitely stronger than the pork flavor in my opinion. Let's get a little bit of that on a cracker. Now that's the combo. Super savory. That caraway flavor of the cracker mixes with the meat. Absolutely perfect. Oh yeah, that's good. I need another bite of that. That FRH is still just cranking, so we're just gonna let it do its thing. While it's doing that, I'm just gonna keep digging in, because this is really enjoyable for me right now. I'm a little bit sad that tea's almost gone. They should like double that amount. 500 milliliters should be the minimum for a ration drink in my opinion, especially when it's the sole drink. I mean, if there was a coffee or something else in here to go with it, it'd be a different story, but that's the only drink you get. Now time for our fruit and cereal bar. Give that a little break. You see that rice paper snapping a little bit there, and it's just sort of like a granola bar on the inside. I do see a little speck of cherry. Give that a taste. It's very chewy. Lots of fruit in it. It's a very interesting flavor. It's sweet and fruity. The cherry in this is very natural tasting and unexpected. Sort of along the lines where the strawberry jam really wasn't what I was expecting a strawberry flavor to taste like. I'm getting the same kind of thing with this. It's a very unique cherry flavor. That rice paper just dissolves like it's not even there. For something so chewy, I'm glad they include that, because I think this would get your hands sticky otherwise. My only complaint about this is that there's not more of it. The last bite had a nice piece of cherry in it. To be honest, I just wish I had a whole box of these. Delicious. That strawberry jam got on my finger, so I'm a little bit sticky. Let's try out this Be Fresh Wet Nap. The material is sort of thin, similar to that of a US MRE. It's not very wet, it's slightly damp. Has a very pleasant smell to it though. Not really lemon, more of a detergent type smell, but it's pretty good. It can stand to be a little bit more moist, but not too bad. At the rate this FRH is going, it's not showing any signs of letting up anytime soon, but I am really looking forward to getting into this main, so however hot it is how hot it's gonna get, I guess. And this can is hot, really hot. This almost feels like I went and put it in boiling water, but I didn't. Pull that tab back without burning myself, hopefully. Ooh, the smell just like wafted out of that right away, and it smelled very good. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not traditionally a fan of sauerkraut or kielbasa. Those are not some items that I usually like go to or seek out, especially sauerkraut. But with as hungry as I am today, and as good as this smells, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna enjoy this meal. Let's see what the temp got up to. So internally, we're looking at about 130, which is right about where you want something if you're going to be eating it. Got a little bit of water in the tray, so I guess that'll give us a use for some of our napkins. That first napkin, the one with the spoon, it kind of went to nothing instantly. So let's see if our more absorbent TP type napkin does any better. And that soaked the water right up and could probably still be used for something else. All right, let's get this out on the tray. Look at all that sauerkraut. Can't say I'm super excited about the sauerkraut, but at the very least, the sausages should be good. That 300 gram tin filled that portion of the tray all the way up. Let's get in close on these and get a look at it. We have the kraut base of vegetables, and of course sauerkraut is a fermented cabbage. Don't really see much else as far as vegetable matter goes, although this does have a slight oniony smell, so there may be some onions mixed into that kraut. And there's a healthy portion of sausage here. The sausages themselves look to be pretty decent quality. We can see a good mix of lean and fat in the sausages. I guess we'll go in for a taste here. We'll get some sausage and some sauerkraut. It looks pretty good. I'm sure hoping it tastes pretty good. Let's give it a try. Oh, wow. That is fantastic. Whoa. I have never had sauerkraut that tastes like that. There's a lot more going on to this than just plain old fermented cabbage. It is super savory, nice and salty. Those kielbasas are very tender. Oh man, this stuff is great. I just ran into a chunk of just standalone meat that wasn't part of the sausage. I wonder if I can isolate another one of those in here somewhere. It was a big chunk of meaty bit. Oh, there's one. Check that out. That actually looks like a beef chunk. I suppose it could be pork. That's looking quite beefy to me. So there's some chunks of meat mixed in with that sauerkraut too. Well, this stuff is outstanding. Super hearty. It's fantastically natural tasting, like it was home cooked. As I said, I'm not one that seeks out kielbasa. It's not a sausage that is really like my go-to, but I'm gonna say this is the best kielbasa I've ever had. Look at that bite. Oh, so good. Wow, that is so unexpected. I was weary about this menu, but I'm so glad that my expectations were exceeded. This is one of the best ration mains I can remember. I'm sure I've had better, but this is up there with the best of them. Here's another big chunk of that random meat that's in there, and that might be the best bit. I like the sausages, but that meat is outstanding. I checked the ingredients list right quick to see what that meat was, and although I thought it was beef, it turns out it's pork shoulder, and I guess that attributes a little bit to its more darker color that it has. Those chunks of pork shoulder are awesome, and this does have onion in it, so I was right about it having that oniony aroma. I'm not sure what spices are in here. The ingredients didn't say, but whatever they are pretty much perfect. Wow, I'm just devouring this. I suppose before I eat it all, I should try a little bit on one of our crackers here. So I got a little bed of cabbage and a nice big chunk of sausage on a rusk. The breadiness of that cracker makes it even more hearty. The caraway just kind of blends in. Good, just a little bit with sauerkraut. I don't know if it gets much better. One thing I can guarantee you is that the Polish soldiers are eating one of the best rations in the world, bar none. Let's finish it up here with our candies. I think we'll start off with our vitamin C candy here. Well, it's green. Hopefully it's not sour apple. I hate sour apple. Taste that. Yeah, it's sour apple. It was a very interesting candy. I thought it was gonna be a solid hard candy, but it's not. It has a crunchy, sugary hard candy outside and sort of a soft jelly-like interior. And even though I'm not a sour apple fan, this isn't too bad. If you've ever smelled a stink bug, this tastes akin to what a stink bug smells like, but for some reason sour apple always seems like that to me. It's dissolving pretty quick. It's almost gone at this point. Not something I would seek out, but not a bad way to end a meal, I suppose. You'll notice I didn't use the salt or the pepper. The main does not need it. All right, let's go in for our coffee candy. That is very dark. Has a strong coffee aroma coming off of it. Let's see if we can bite into it. It's a hard candy, and it is powerful coffee flavor. Almost like a little espresso candy. It has the texture of like a hard butterscotch candy, and it just has this rich coffee flavor. Of course, being a hard candy, it has a sugar base, but the coffee is a little bit bitter. They kind of balance each other out, sticking to my teeth a little bit. Last but not least, our xylitol mint flavored gum. 2 small bricks, hard candy shell coating. We'll go in for just one of them. It was bit into very easily, and a fantastic mint flavor. A lot like a Mentos gum, I would say. And that xylitol will help clean the teeth. No complaints from me. Well, I must say, the Poles do it right. That's an individual ration pack SR, menu number 6. A little bit past the expiration date, but everything is 100% perfect. No doubt this would last for years to come. Absolutely fantastic, and it left me wanting to try the other menus of the SR rations. Luckily, I do have a SRG, which is the 24-hour Polish ration, and we're gonna be doing a future review on that at some point. This one really has me hyped up for that one now, so stay tuned to the channel for that review in the future. If you like this video, video. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. That helps us out with the Google algorithm. And with the way that the algorithm works these days, I need all the help I can get. Let me know what you thought about this ration down in the comments. Have you ever had a Polish ration before, and what were your thoughts on it? And what do you think of sauerkraut? Am I the only one out here that's not really a sauerkraut fan? I guess I am now. I found a sauerkraut that I like, so I'll say that much. If you know someone that might enjoy the video, make sure you share it, because that helps the channel out more than anything else. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you then. Peace.